It was a true delight to sit down with musician and author Diana Rowan to talk about her book, The Bright Way, 5 Steps to Freeing the Creative Within. I hope you enjoy our conversation.
So The Bright Way is about how to tap into your creativity and follow through with it in real life. I believe everybody is creative, and on top of that, I think you actually must be creative in order to feel fulfilled in life, to feel connected to life. But that can seem like a tall order. So how to actually have a way to be creative, how to have essentially a system, and that's what the book is. It teaches a very simple system that you can tap into and use for everyday creativity, no matter your type of creativity, whether you are cooking, raising your children, gardening. If you're doing art, it's all creativity.
So you mentioned the Bright Way system, and the book is based on this Bright Way system. Can you speak a little bit about how that came about?
I created the Bright Way system actually through years and years of experimentation because I actually lost touch with my creativity. I had such bad performance anxiety. I'm a musician, and I had planned on being a musician ever since I was 8 years old, but my performance anxiety tortured me so badly. I actually gave it up in my early 20s, and I didn't play a note for 4 years, but I missed it so badly that I found a way to come back. But I experimented with every single thing you can imagine to get there. Looking back, I realized it was actually very simple things and only a small number of things that were needed in order to bring your creativity out again. Because, it is natural. It's inherent within us. It's something that we are born to do. I started teaching this to people. A lot of people came to me for performance anxiety around a lot of different backgrounds. And I came to realize that while performance anxiety may look like it's just for musicians, it's like a very extreme form of not knowing why you are creative and not knowing how to manifest that in real life and how to follow through on it, which is the key part. Because, we may feel inspired even and then not know how to actually do anything with that. So we need both parts. We need the inspiration, and then we need the follow-through. We need the magic and the skill.
So the book has 5 steps for freeing the creative within. I wondered if you could share with us a little bit of what those 5 steps are.
Yeah, so the first step is finding your purpose, and your purpose is your whole reason for creating. And when you tap into that, you often find it's your whole reason for living. It's your whole life mission in many ways. So for instance, my purpose is when I play my music, and now when I do my writing, I tap into my true self. I get in touch with that, and I feel so strong when I do that. That's why I play, why I write. And I hope that by doing that, I encourage others to do the same. And so you'll hear purposes like that. My purpose is to find heaven on earth, for example. My purpose is bliss. And so it's a guiding principle that leads to all the other steps. Step number 2 is set your intentions. And so intentions are very much like goals, except you have a little bit more buy-in with an intention. You're a little bit more understanding that achieving an intention is a process. It's not just some goal that you're looking off in the future. So you set your intentions based on your purpose. You filter any goal or any intention that you want to do through your purpose. And if something that you're intending to do does not align with your purpose, you would just lay that aside for now. It doesn't mean you never do it, but you're going to lay it aside at this moment because it's not in alignment with your purpose. The next step, step number 3, is develop your practicum plan. And that's where you take the nuts and bolts steps to how do I actually manifest these intentions? How do I make these intentions come out in real life? The follow-through, essentially, and you create the blueprint for how to do that. Step number 4 is integration. And this is where you try everything out. You throw the spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks. You give everything a shot, and you do it all from a place of discernment. So discernment is different than judgment. Judgment says things are good or bad. And they're kind of just these silos where it's not much else is going to happen in them. With discernment, you say, Is this working or is it not? And why? If it's working, why is it working? Find out why. This is your learning style. This is your artistic voice. This is your inspiration. Look deeper. If you just say, oh, that was good, and move on, you miss the opportunity to leverage all of that learning and inspiration going forward. If something isn't working, you also say, why? Hang on, why? You don't say, that's so bad, I'm hopeless, I'm going to give up. You just say, why? And so the integration, we go through the 5 essential elements, which are also in the book, to determine, why is this not working? Because just saying why, oftentimes we're like, I don't know. So the 5 essential elements will help you get out of that stuck place. And the final step, number 5, is fulfillment. And this is a really important step, even though it sounds like the party step. It's actually about truly celebrating all your successes and feeling them deeply inside you, feeling pride for them, honestly. And it could be something that may seem inconsequential to someone else, or it could be huge. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it matters to you. It's something that you're truly proud of, and it raises this well of joy inside you that keeps you going forward in the future with inspiration, and also builds your resilience for those times when for sure things will go wrong. I've always used the metaphor of, I don't want to throw my students out into the lions. Be creative, it's going to be fabulous, you're going to have a great old time. Throw out to the lions. No, the fact is things are going to go amiss. They go amiss on a weekly basis, if not daily. And so we need resilience, right? And by practicing fulfillment, you get that resilience so that you can bounce back. Yes, you get knocked down, but you bounce straight back up. If we don't celebrate fulfillment, then we hit the floor and it just is like Sisyphus trying to get back up. You just can't, So with fulfillment, really important to practice it because it keeps the inspiration alive and it also keeps your resilience alive.
So if readers could take one message away from reading The Bright Way, what would that be?
Well, it's actually, I have to admit, a little bit 3 rolled into one, but they're very related. The first is that everybody is naturally creative. You are creative right now, so know that. The other is that you must be creative in order to feel fulfilled. If you want to feel fulfilled in life, I do believe, and I don't use the word must that often, but I do believe you must be creative. And here's perhaps the best part. You can be creative at any time in any place, regardless of your circumstances. You don't have to wait for a special time. You can be creative right in this moment. So those are the things I would really like people to take away.